Hello, folks. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to get rich from owning stocks. Okay. Now, the thing to understand is that one of the great things about investing is that it only takes one great purchase held for a long time to change your family's future. Okay. Because you see, great fortunes arise from decades of holding stocks in firms that generate earnings that are always growing. Okay. And some people refer to this approach as business-like investing. Business-like investing. Okay. Now, the basic strategy over here, or for the basic strategy for getting rich from stocks, is to choose a profitable company. Okay. And then hold your investments for the long term. Okay. And I mean 5, 10, 20 plus years, right? Because you see, the thing is that this type of passive investing has the potential, because this type of passive investing has the potential to make you extremely rich. Okay, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys. I'm going to give you a few examples to make this point. Okay. Now, the first example I'm going to give you is Warren Buffett's Coca-Cola bet, right? When Warren Buffett from Berkshire Hathaway, and I have the numbers in front of me, Berkshire basically purchased shares of the Coca-Cola company primarily in 1988 to 89. Okay, so between these 2 years, Berkshire acquired, or Warren acquired through Berkshire, approximately 400 million shares. Okay, about 400 million shares. Right? And the whole position basically cost him around $1.3 billion. Okay? $1.3 billion. The position, the 400 million shares cost Berkshire or Warren $1.3 billion. Okay? Now, and one very important thing to remember is that he acquired, or he made the investment right after the 1987 market crash. Okay? The market in 1997, there was a market crash, and he made the purchase after the crash, right? And so when Coca-Cola, and at that time Coca-Cola was a dominant global brand, but the valuation seemed to be attractive, right, relative to the long-term cash generating ability to Warren, and so he made the purchase, right? In fact, in multiple Berkshire Hathaway annual general meetings, like particularly during the 2000 and the early 2010s. Buffett used to make a point that became highly quoted. You guys can check those on the internet. And that he back then used to say that at some point, and I quote, at some point, the annual cash dividend Berkshire receives from Coca-Cola will exceed the total amount Berkshire paid to acquire the entire stake. Okay? I'm going to repeat that because it's so important. At some point, so one used to quote that. Excuse me. So he used to quote that at some point the annual cash dividend Berkshire receives from Coca-Cola will exceed the total investment Berkshire paid to acquire the entire stake. So he was saying that at some point in the future, the dividend which Coca-Cola would pay to Berkshire for those 400 million for its entire stake would exceed $1.3 billion. Okay, and remember, 1.3 billion is the amount that Berkshire paid to acquire the entire stake of 400 million shares approximately, right? And so, massive return on investment, right? Now, so what's the key point? The key point, so he was trying to explain the inevitable outcome of owning a high quality business that consistently grows cash flows and dividends over decades. Okay. Then remember that, and that's the point I'm trying to make. That if you buy a high quality stock, high quality business, right, that's constantly growing its profits and cash generating ability, then over the long term it's going to make you extremely rich, right? That's the point. Now, coming back to Warren's example, right? Berkshire's Coca-Cola purchase, example, and I have the numbers in front of me. This is for illustration purposes. This will make a lot of sense that even back then, when in the 2000s and 2010s, early 2010s, when he used to make this statement, right, that, Berkshire, Coca-Cola would pay more than what Berkshire actually paid to acquire the entire stake. Even back then, the annual dividends which Coca-Cola was paying Berkshire was around $350 to $600 million plus. Okay, and the dividends were steadily rising. So the market and the market value of those shares was in tens of billions of dollars, right? So he purchased the stock for 1.3 billion, those 400 million shares, and that same position had grown to in market value, right, had grown to tens of billions of dollars, right? So the point I'm trying to make over here is that if you buy a stock, right, let's say I purchased a stock 10 years ago for $100, and back then the stock was generating, let's say, $5 in annual dividends, right? It was paying out $5 in annual dividends. So when I bought the stock, let's say 10 years ago for $100, then my dividend yield would have been 5%, right? $100 purchased it, and it's paying $5 in annual dividends, so my dividend yield is 5%. But over the years, as time passed, and let's say after a decade, that same stock, let's say, is now worth $500, okay, in price, the current market price, and it's paying $20, let's say, in dividends, okay. So if someone buys the stock today, let's say after 10 years, after that decade, when I purchased the stock initially, after a 10-year period, if I go and try to buy the same stock, it's going to cost me $500, and it's going to pay me $20 in annual dividends, right? Excuse me. $20 in annual dividends. So my yield today would be on this new purchase would be excuse me, around 4%, right? Because you take $20 and divide by 500, that's around, right, 4%. Now coming back to the stock which I purchased, let's say 10 years ago for $100, right? And let's say I still own it. Now that stock is now worth $500, right? That's a 4x return or grow in capital gains. But the interesting part is that stock is now also yielding $20 in annual dividends. Remember that. You see which is dividend yield of around 20%, right? I purchased the stock 10 years ago for $100, and back then it was paying $5, and so back then 100 divided by 5 is 5%. 5 divided by 100 is 5%. But remember that stock today, in this specific example, now yielding $20. So my dividend yield on that initial purchase is now 20%, while my capital gains is around 4x, right? I made a 4x capital gain on the same position on that one stock, right? So this is the point I want to put across. It's pretty straightforward. It's simple math. It's undeniable, right? But the trick here is to make sure that you buy the right stocks, right? You have to do your analysis, and you got to do your research. You got to know how to, if you're doing your own stock selection, right? Which I personally am a great proponent of, right? Because remember, no one's going to take care of your money better than you. Remember that, right? So anyway, this is what I want to discuss with you guys today. I hope you found the video to be of value. And if you want to see more content from my end, then please follow and subscribe. That's it for now. See you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.